All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Has that always been running?
Stanley went around touching every little
All right,
thing
bro.
in
I
the
just wanted to
office,
see if it
but
was
didn't
running.
make a
Relax,
single
relax.
difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, so is it for real? Okay. Then we go this way.
Oh, new content?
Yeah.
What does that mean, new content?
I have no idea. We're going to figure it out together, Pookie. Maybe I don't want to. Where are we going?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You're
As
welcome.
you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
2013?
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I'm also excited. I feel like super excited. Like I've been waiting for this for like years. I don't know why. All right.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
This isn't a very nice elevator, but...
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
You sound so thrilled, and I love that for you.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Okay.
All right, let's see. It's the jump
Oh my
circle?
god, I can jump? Can I jump outside of it? No, only in here? Alright. Well, we have to do it, right? Jump circle, woo! Can I save 2 jumps? 2 is my favorite number. I'm saving 2.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I hope so. What's over? There's nothing over here. Alright, I just wanted to look. Is Kato overworking himself again? I don't know.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I mean, the jumping is exciting.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
Oh, very good.
Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be
You're welcome.
kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
That's how you solve all the problems.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Sure.
What do you say, friend?
Do I actually get to answer? No? Okay. Well, this looks very different. Oh, there's the picture of the office. That's where I should be.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Okay. A wrench? Can I pick it up? No. What does that say? Oh, coffee nut? Hut? Nut. Oh.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
This is kind of giving Baldur's Gate. Or maybe that's just all I think about. This is sick.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Oh my god, the little basket. This is nice.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
This is cute. Smile because it happened. Me first dollar. That's cute. That's a real cute. That's a real cute little museum. Ooh.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Well, it's not always a bad thing. You should try Slay the Princess? I've seen that a lot, and I agree. Perhaps we will. This is nice in here. This is very calming, very chill. Wait, I don't want to go in there. I want to go down here first. Never mind. Ah, let me up.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly
Very
stimulating
demure.
commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
What is the problem with having new content?
It just
It's
needed
okay.
to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
It's chill. How am I supposed to... Excuse me. Excuse me. Ow. Oh. I don't want to see anyone say anything. No one say anything.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Very mindful. Very classy. Very demure.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the
Emotional
memory zone
damage.
before. What's this? What's down here?
What was that sound? Why did it sound... What is that? Oh, is that the light? That scared me, by the way, Johnny. I don't know why.
Oh no.
Well, this looks
God,
much
no.
less nice.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
The Steam reviews? I doubt it.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator
Good night, Johnny. Thank you for hanging out for so long. I'll see ya hopefully tomorrow, but if not, I'll see you soon.
is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I will find you when I need you. I'm afraid of that. I don't know what you mean by that, but okay. Sounds good. Alright, nothing over here. Down here we shall go. Another one.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
A little bit.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
Yeah, a
Oh,
little bit.
goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always look, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. But dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
Aw, Pokey, you
Perhaps the Stanley
didn't. It's
Parable
good.
isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I've been having a great time. When you playing High on Life on stream, I could. It's not a bad idea.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Damn.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting
I
you
just
skip ahead
go?
for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Nope.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
That's my motto.
What is that?
And it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I want to see that aim. I'm only gonna play High on Life or any game that involves shooting if everyone promises not to make fun of me. Oh, is this the skip
And
button?
here it is. Go ahead and... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes.
Alright, that's enough, thank you.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless
I'm not
display
listening
of
to that either, thank
self-absorption,
you.
it's right at your fingertips.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
Oh.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley,
keep
the
skipping
door
it.
is gone. It's completely gone. I've
Did it?
looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door.
Are you sure?
There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no
Oh, yeah, you're
idea
right.
what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than
Bing
anything...
bong.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right?
Yeah.
Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like
Alright,
what
I'm
we...
done. Next.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
You could be a little
I have
nicer.
had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever
A
sat
year?
down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
No, I
Let me
can't say I have.
describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only
Well,
the
that's
turning
life.
wheel of missed opportunities.
You know? Oh, was he not here? Hello? Was this a fire alarm? Well, I don't want to listen to that. Next.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review
It's
and
been
make
so
all
long
of
and
their
he's still so
pitiful
upset.
demands. But then,
The A3 star? No, that was the ending before we did. This is extra content. No talking? No nothing? Okay.
the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Oh, he's cooked.
Is never the end, is never the
He's
end,
lost it.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Is...
Just checking if there is a door. The building's deteriorating. Hello? That bee was kind of fire. Hi, Dom. Yeah, he's probably been here for a really long time. Oh my god, the sun! So scary. Skip. Nature's taken over. Very good. That's pretty, huh? A little bit. A little pretty. Another. It's dark now. What happened? What is that? Get me out next. My skip button! Oh, there's a way out. Oh. Goodbye, box. I guess I'll just wander off into the desert. Ah, life. We live in a society. Am I thinking? Bottom text.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Is there more, there's more new content, or no? Is that it, Ozzy, if you're still here? Oh, never mind.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh, very good. Show me what you got. Show me all of it. Almost like opening your eyes would have told
I've been
you.
reflecting on the Stanley parable and
Shut
about
up.
how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I wonder if this is what their office looks like. Like the devs. Oh, very good. Okay.
Now, to be
okay.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
All right, Pookie,
I
let's
figure
see.
that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Do you think it's actually going to say my name? For some reason, I feel like it's not.
Jim.
Yep.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here,
Sure it will.
Let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this
Pookie.
feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am
I want
Jim.
you to imagine
I am
yourself
the
living
Slim
as
Jim.
sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Imagine your name is Jim. They must have been like, oh my god. That's so true. Alright, I am Jim. We are Jim.
Jim.
Yes! You see!
I was
What a
so
thrill!
done.
What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Wait, can I press it again?
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll
Wait,
start to
no.
lose all
Jim.
sense of who you
Jim.
actually
Jim.
are.
Jim.
Alright. Alright, fine. Out we go. We are no longer Jim. What else we got poppin'? More Jim! There is no more Jim. So sorry.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
I don't wanna go there
That would
yet.
actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Wow, a new office. So exciting. What is that? Collectibles? Wait, I'm not done in here. Merch? Also, what is the right... I guess if you're playing it, like, with one hand, you can just...
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I guess this one?
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
I did.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
So if I had picked the other one, would it have... Alright, that's fine.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
The jump circle?
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea.
It's
I'd
back!
like to hang on to that for the
It's
sequel.
back! Thank you. Collectibles? Alright. Oh, can I get up the stairs, please? Can you find them? Where are we going?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Wow. How do you know my life is unremarkable? You don't know me.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolute.
Good night, Spicy. Thank you for coming to hang out. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon, Krusty.
Tragic.
What's back here? Free achievement. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes,
that's kind of you.
You'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Give me. All right. One more time. Okay. Just checking. Let's see what else we got going on.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The infinite hole? There was a joke I was going to make. I shall not. Yep. Looks very safe. Can't go that way.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games.
That's gonna
is needed.
stop. Very good. Let's go. Whee!
You see, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah,
One
I'm
of my
having a
more
great time.
ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
If I keep falling, are you gonna yell at me?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No button? I won't press it.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh, did you?
Is it a
Why?
very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective,
Never
the
ending,
infinite
perhaps?
is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Oh.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm
Yeah, you're a liar.
and cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Well,
What
no.
normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I didn't say
Why
anything.
don't we just put
I
all
think that
this
was just
behind
you,
us and
actually.
agree to just call the hole mostly infinite. If that works for you,
No.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole. And
Can
we
I press the
move
button
on.
now?
I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I feel like I should. We're gonna do that.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
How could you say such things to the narrator? What do you mean? I meant what I said. He lied. I mean, I don't know what else. No back in? All right. No need to yell.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of... Oh.
That's
Did
a
the
lot of
hole seem
cigarettes.
even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Some light. The light.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow, okay.
Yeah, that was quite short.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something.
Okay.
Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to... How is this still appealing to you?
Oh, I just
I
wanted
know
to
you're
see.
obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the,
No, it's
teleport
not.
button
It's not working.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Oh.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for.
Yeah, but it's not even
a
fun
win
anymore.
For everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
You have nothing else to do.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Is this where I use my jump? No. No, it's not. What is that? Give it a second. Oh, see, I can't. I'm impatient. I need it now. Hello? Mom? Change your perspective. Oh, very dramatic. Ew. What the? Change your perception. Change your...
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up this space of mine. My head's stronger. Now
Change
you're
reality?
no
What?
longer using up this
What?
space of mine. My head.
Puppies! He's so cute! This is so weird! Change yourself. But I want to keep looking. The infinite hole! Alright, change yourself. Wait, I kind of like it. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I don't like that one. Error? Isn't that the GTA error?
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake.
Oh.
It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you
sorry,
up
but I didn't
to
get
keep
that
you
one.
really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back.
They are. I need a mod. Too bad my mods are all busy, huh? Lay in your bed, Bubba. Lay in your bed. In your bed. In your bed. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Kato. Oh!
Huh?
Oh, thank you
Here
for
we
the
are.
follow,
Go
RM.
on.
I appreciate
Try out some
it.
of the new features.
Alright, what else do we have? That's the button. Isn't this the way we came in? Or is it not? The reassurance bucket. They never
A common
happy.
complaint of the Stanley
Jay, don't
Parable
encourage him.
was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease.
Is it the original? I mean, I think it's been like that for a while. I can change it though. I didn't know when I started it would be so different. My bad. It's fixed now.
Will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
I don't feel like this
Can
is
you
gonna
imagine
reassure
what a pain
me.
in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Not really.
And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
I already had
I
that.
think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Really?
The benefits of the
Maybe I'll
bucket
carry
seem to
it.
go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Can I keep it? I take the bucket. The bucket is beautiful. Don't diss the bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Did we miss anything? I don't think we did. Yeah, I'm just gonna carry a bucket around with me all the time.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
You get me. You
Calling it
understand.
the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I am. My dog. Okay, hold on one second. No, you can't do that, Bubba. No, you gotta lay in your bed. You gotta lay in your bed. My dog has figured out, we have those blinds that like you just push them up to like keep them there. And my dog has figured out how to open them. And there are a bunch of people out in the parking lot, usually this late at night. And I'd rather not have them watch me stream.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's
What
do
time
an
is it? It is
experiment.
8:27
I'll arrange
p.m.
these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I'm sure it'll be great. This will be
Okay.
great.
Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different
But there's another
arrangement.
bucket.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh, it's terrible
Who am I
too.
kidding, Stanley? This...
Am I playing this for the next 5 hours and 33 minutes? I will not be. I'm actually going to be ending soon. I usually only stream for about 3 hours. But I'll be live tomorrow if you want to come hang out for that. Why? What time is it for you? Why? Why? Uh-oh.
isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
I mean, yeah.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I I suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
I believe in you. You set up
Let me
that
see if I
whole
can put
expo
something
center
up.
or expo
All
hall.
right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh! I need someone to watch until 7. Why do you have to stay up all night?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
You could
He
sleep
sat
is
at
for the
his desk
weak.
in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push.
Isn't this the
how
same
long
thing?
to push them, and in what order.
That we
This
the
is
intro?
what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
So if I
And
skip it,
although
no one's going to
others
be mad
might
at
have
me?
considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Never mind, this is a bit
Stanley
different.
Was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would...
I mean,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
is this not the same?
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up.
The bucket?
Why was he not doing it?
What are you talking about? Where's the The bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Sorry about that. Go to 419. Plus? No, there's nothing.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Should we follow his instructions? Go to the broom closet? Alright. Hopefully it works. We'll see. You might
Still
just...
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
No.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No, it's my
I
bucket.
really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stan.
Good night, Lucky. Thank you for hanging out for so long. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of your mental health after you play League.
Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how
I'm not
hard
gonna
it
hand
must
over the
be,
bucket. It's
given
my
the
bucket.
pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how
Oh.
low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
I'm not handing over the
Stanley,
bucket.
I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Why did they call me out like that? Like, they're right, but insulting your wife like that, I wouldn't take that. I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Very
There.
good. Thank
Now
you.
it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Wait, what is that object again? My bucket?
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, "Ah, it's a bucket."
Ah, right,
There
right.
really
Thank
is a
goodness.
wide variety of applications for this sticker.
He has walked me through every end to make sure I got every ending.
You know
If
what?
that answers your
I could
question.
take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to
Well-
be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Am I good to leave this room? By the way, have I gotten the awaiting input ending? No, I don't think so. I can leave, right? No one's gonna yell at me? I'm leaving. It's too late. I've done it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed
No
by
way.
the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even
would I do
now,
without your
in
bucket?
his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Oh, it's the same still. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. 2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Ah, just lucky.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Oh, there it
Yes,
goes.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh, a figure, a collectible.
You found one of them. One of the
Wow.
miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every
Yeah.
moment you come across
Welcome
one
back,
of
by
these
the way.
beautiful figurines.
Alright. Down we go with the bucket in hand. I don't think I got that one either, no. Little Stanley.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Alright. Let's go, bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I can go back? Oh, I can.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
And then back down? Aspen, no. I can't go down. It's not letting me. Oh, 3?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back
Keep
in
pressing
the
it?
elevator.
Alright. I'm going back. Sorry. Alright. Can I go down the elevator now? It doesn't do anything for this.
The bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Oh. Back up.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel.
We're going back to
He
press
smiled
number
at the bucket,
3 again.
And the bucket said nothing.
Is that what we're doing?
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind.
I don't
Anything
think the
to let him
bucket's gonna
know
react.
that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed
Right.
by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Take a guess what the bucket's favorite number is? 6? I don't know. It's 5? You lied. Can I go? Was I gonna get a reaction out of any of those? I feel like the bucket just doesn't care, you know? Sometimes the
Stanley
bucket
and the
just
bucket
doesn't
were
care
so
about
close.
me.
They'd always been
Down,
there
up.
for one another.
I don't want
Why
to press
suddenly could the
3
bucket not
again.
connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
We're moving forward.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
You go back up? Guys. Alright. Alright, 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 alright. I feel like I'm being held hostage.
Ah, said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Oh.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
We're gonna be on stage? Oh my god. That makes me so nervous. Wow, that's a lot of 3s. Yep. I can't say I wasn't expecting it.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Anxiety attack coming. Stop. I don't remember any lines. What?
There was no one here.
Oh.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak.
That's even
to
worse!
listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
I like the bucket. That's so sad.